January 8th, and I feel like it is 3 months into the new year already. It's been a crazy, busy, and blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love busy. We love serving our community at the highest level possible at all times, as you know. But man, January 8th only, and it's been hectic to say the least. I wanted to, of course, as we promised yesterday, we would hop on today because we were not able to get on live yesterday. We had a real long night in the office yesterday. I think I walked in the office sometime around 9:30, 10, and I was there until 8 p.m. And that's part of the discussion today. Okay. How are we starting the new year in 2026 and the 250th anniversary of our country, which is going to be another talking point here for this video. And I think an underlying motivator for this to be one of the biggest years ever for everyone. Okay. I think it's just going to be a wild, wild year, y'all. It's already started that way. We have a lot of consumer, a lot of buyer demand present in the market currently. And that is before we get any crazy movement from things like the, portable mortgage that might come down the pipe. The talking point for today's video is going to be the $200 billion that Trump is asking Fannie and Freddie to spend on mortgage bonds to drive mortgage interest rates down. Just crazy, crazy stuff, guys. And we already have, I would say, a relatively spicy market already happening here in 2026. So, just to give a quick recap, we presently have three buyers of ours currently in escrow and closing here before mid month. We also have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 active pre approvals that are presently shopping in this market, of which one of them just had an offer accepted about an hour ago. That is a young VA family that's PCSing here from Texas. They already own two homes and they're coming here to Nevada for, of course, active duty military reasons. And they are purchasing their third home. So, super happy for them, very excited. But it's been a journey. You know what I mean? This was a matter of them going to, and again, remember, they're buying from out of state. They are currently presently in Texas and seeing their homes that they're interested in through, FaceTime and Zoom and pictures and videos and all that fun stuff with our excellent buyers agents. So great job, Marie. Keep up the great work. But it's been hectic. It was not like a one and done, submit an offer and do the thing with this family. It was a couple different homes, a couple different offers, a few different counters, and all of the above. But they were still able to get in at list price with $10,000 in seller paid closing costs. So, super advantageous purchase for our VA active duty military family. Congratulations to you guys. We are blessed to be of service, and thank you for yours. But this year's just started active. It's just started, like I said, pretty spicy, and I don't see that stopping. Presently, this year, this is one thing that I'm doing this year, not because I've always done this as well, but I'm hyper focused on the tracking of specifically referral clients, where they're coming from, how many we're receiving, and in that specific month, what does that quantity look like each and every single month. I feel like when you have goals in mind, especially in any type of sales role, regardless of the industry, if you track your metrics and you track your KPIs, you can extrapolate based across a specific timeline for, let's say, a given year based on your activities and what those expectations could look like, even in the very beginning of a month. Okay. So, just to give you guys a quick update on what I'm presently tracking, we have already received for this year, and it is exactly January 8th of the new year, 5:17 p.m. Pacific. We've already received 20 self generated referrals, guys. 20 referrals in the eighth day of the month, eighth day of the year. Okay. So clearly we're tracking very active, a lot of activity, great movement. And we're blessed to say that that's happening, right? But a lot of that comes down with just the activities and the things that we're doing to, of course, facilitate and generate and bring in and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, 20 referrals already. 10 of those from active realtor partners, one of those from a title partner, seven of those from myself, personal referral generated from my own SOI, And yeah, man, 20 referrals. Pretty crazy, pretty spicy. But real quick, let's just kind of recap again on the most recent news that may or may not be affecting the market here throughout the rest of this week and the upcoming week. And that is the Trump announcement or the Trump request via Twitter that Fannie Mae Freddie Mac buy up $200 billion in mortgage bonds to hopefully push down mortgage interest rates, which, of course, obviously for our industry is fantastic. However, is it fantastic though when done that way? Because we've actually already seen some immediate pressure to the bond market for the positive, which of course will start making some small movement in the market as far as rates go. But if we see a huge immediate rush from Fannie Freddie or wherever the money comes from to start buying up mortgage bonds in large quantity, okay, what that's going to do, it's going to drive up the price of mortgage bonds, which in turn will drive down mortgage interest rates, okay? We may all think that that's fantastic, okay, which it is. We all love lower mortgage interest rates. And I have a whole entire book of business that's purchased over the last 3 years that is looking to and can't wait for the right refinance opportunity, right? But let's imagine that you're not already a homeowner. What does immediate decrease and cool down of mortgage interest rates do for your upcoming home purchase? Yes, in fact, it may make it more affordable, right? Or does it? Right? When mortgage interest rates cool, how much cooling affects the market to where demand has now spun out of control again? Okay. I want to say the number last I checked for every 1% of decrease in rate in the market, another 5 million buyers across the country enter the market. I feel like that was a number and metric not that long ago that was being posted across different um, news sources, but it's a incredibly large amount of demand that we presently have in the market that's on the sidelines that's been waiting for the crash or waiting for rates to come down that hopefully, of course, obviously they're ready, they're pre-approved, they have all of their finances in order, but the demand is great. The demand is there. And when you have high demand like that, that strips out the inventory presently available in a given market, what is that going to do to the market, guys? It's going to make it more expensive. Home prices are going to go up again when we've already seen between that 2020 to 2022, 23-ish timeframe, like a 25-30% increase in home prices, just insane home appreciation. We'll see another, maybe not as drastic repeat of that, but it's going to be another increase that outpaces historical average. Okay. And with that comes more expensive home prices for many of these people that are looking to purchase a home or first time home buyers that now can, although mortgage interest rates have cooled down a bit, right, making their monthly payment more affordable, that monthly payment is going to reflect a higher purchase price. So a lot of these numbers are going to kind of get a little wonky if, in fact, that does happen. But this is all speculation, of course. This is all just the logic behind if then that what type of scenario. So I say this with the most, you know I want to be as helpful as humanly possible to our community, to our consumers, to my clients at all times. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we position ourselves as the community expert here in Nevada, Southern Nevada, Las Vegas, Henderson. As much as you want to drill down, we've been serving our community here for over 30 years. With me as the owner of my local mortgage brokerage, right? I take a very, very, very serious stance on educating the community and the consumer. So whether you're ready to buy a home yesterday, tomorrow, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, I think it's very important that you understand not just the dynamic of the market, but how it relates specifically to you. Okay. And one of the things that too many people, waste time on and they don't get ahead of is setting themselves up for success, because it doesn't matter how much rates cool down or home prices go up or buyer opportunities available in the market or how much seller paid closing costs you could negotiate if you can't qualify for your home loan. So that's the most important part of, when it comes to buying real estate, is making sure that you're prepared. Okay. The best time to buy real estate is when you're ready, and you want to do that when you are prepared, and you have all of your ducks in a row. Okay. Income, employment, assets, credit, debt, everything reviewed with an expert, all items collected, all, moving parts discussed. There is no stone unturned. All of that is incredibly important and how we have so much success setting our clients up for success. I chuckle every single time when I hear a mortgage lender on a podcast or on a short or on a reel or whatever, and they're talking about their process with their referral clients or people. How do they find them? Submit an online loan app, fill out a questionnaire, and we'll shoot you back a pre-approval letter. Please do not do that, guys. I promise you that is not the way you go about becoming an informed, educated, empowered homeowner. I promise you. Okay. Because those people, if they're unfortunately not able to source me in the very beginning, they're the ones that come to me after the fact once they're in the home and they're put in a scenario that they weren't ready for or didn't understand or whatever, looking to refinance or make their situation more affordable. But affordability, again, if mortgage bonds do see some downward pressure, will definitely help mortgage interest rates, which is really, really nice. And that should help us moving forward into the new year. But outside of that, okay, we still see a lot of opportunities for our buyers presently in the market. Like I said, we have several in escrow currently. We have several pre-approvals out there shopping right now, and the vast majority of them are still able to negotiate, if not all, the vast majority of their closing costs, which is really, really exciting. So in this new year, I think it's going to be busy, very busy, a lot of activity, a lot of noise. Don't let the noise distract you from your goals. My word of the year, this is something that my realtor partners and I, in a discussion last week, shared with each other. My word of the year is more. Okay. Do more. Be more. Just do the more. Do as much as possible. More, 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 more. If you guys are fans of the Hermosies at all, that is 1/3 of their philosophy. So you have more, better, and new, right? I am hyper focused this year on doing more. And with me doing more, it means that more members in our community are going to be able to enjoy our services, be able to enjoy our expertise, and set themselves up for success working with the right team. So super important, do more. I highly suggest if you think that you can't do any more, you can. And then if you still think that you can't do any more, you probably still can. And if you really, really, really have maxed out, can't do any more, you're 100 stat points out of 100, and you're ready for better, maybe it's time to be better. Okay. Maybe you really can't do any more, but it's time to be better. I would likely say you can do more. So my word of the year is more. We're going to keep a very close eye on this news from the president and his desire for Fannie and Freddie to spend $200 billion on mortgage bonds to essentially drive up the price of bonds and drive down the cost of mortgage interest rates, which would be fantastic. Again, Mario, your local mortgage expert and owner of Sienna Mortgage here in Henderson, Nevada, your local mortgage experts where partnership matters. And remember, guys, who you partner with matters. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your Thursday, y'all. See ya.